Hey guys, it's Blue Jay Artist here, and before we start this kind of discussion slash review, I don't really want to do anything too fancy for this Path of Stars review, I guess you could call it, because I just don't have a ton of time. And transitioning into that, I'm going to be a little bit inactive with school. I will have a break in I think 2 weeks, and that will give me a lot of time to actually put out more content, and there will be more rants and more videos, and I just hope you guys understand that I might be a little bit inactive at this time. But I also wanted you guys to know about the Jay's Path comic dub. Unfortunately, I'm going to put that on hold because I just don't know if I really want to do that certain chapter yet, or if I want, I think I actually have some actors that I want to choose to be those characters, but I just don't know if I want to do this project yet, so I'm really sorry for people that were looking forward to that. And maybe I'll just do it in the future where I put the whole comic together when it's done. I know that's probably going to be quite a while from now, but I just don't know if I want to do it yet. I kind of went on a limb, and I didn't really know if I actually wanted to do it. It was more like a spur of the moment thing, but I may put up message actors privately about voicing characters, but I'm really sorry that it's being put on hold. And also, I know I keep talking about that Steven Universe review, and I have not gotten around to editing it. I have the audio, but I don't have the actual clips and stuff, so I'm still trying to get that together. I really hope it'll be out soon. I know I keep saying that, but I really hope it'll be out soon. So those are the rest of the announcements. I'm just gonna transition awkwardly into the review / discussion, I suppose. A lot of people were commenting for me to do this sort of discussion because they wanted to see my reaction to the end of the book. And I will say, I did get a bit of emotional, but I wasn't super sad, but I got a little bit emotional over the end when everyone came back. And I was just, the way the dialogue was written, and I know there's Mothlight's Vision that's going to come out or whatever, that weird super edition that I wish would have been Maple Shades, but it felt a bit rushed how all of a sudden Greywing was like, oh my god, I have this idea that we can name the clans these things. Whoa, and clans, I made up that word just now. That felt like a little bit rushed, but it was still sincere, so I could look over it. But I think this book really did have a lot of good points. The number one good point for me was that I actually liked Clear Sky in this book. I know the whole world is going to explode. I like Clear Sky. He just got so much better in this book. He started off kind of not so good in the book before that, and then at the end he was showing at least something. Even the beginning of this book, he was being a little bit brash, maybe you could say. There was perfectly good reason why his wife or his mate, whatever, had his kids, or she was pregnant and she was basically starving to death in there. He had good reasons, but that doesn't mean he wasn't kind of being a bit annoying about it. But after that whole thing happened, he just got so much better, and I never would have expected them to turn his character around like that, because I honestly thought that he was just going to be a recurring antagonist. But he actually was really good, and I actually really appreciated it. They didn't keep him as some stale antagonist, because he was no fun when he was some weird antagonist. He was just every chapter that his POV had before this book was oh god, I don't want to read this chapter, because you'd just be so sick of reading from his point of view. It'd just be annoying, and you'd be thinking dude, you're an idiot. But I really did like his character. He basically risked his own life to save his brother's son, and there's just all these, and he and Thunder finally kind of sort of awkwardly made up, and he realized how much of, pardon my French, a dick he'd been to Thunder his whole life, and I really appreciated that they kind of fixed that, because I thought they were kind of going to ignore that, but he realized that after raising his new family, that he realized how wrong he was to Thunder, and I really did appreciate that they brought that up too. Thunder was good as always. Greywing was really good as always. And Greywing is dead. Not okay. I mean, I was kind of expecting it because what would he do? I mean, he's not a leader. And, I mean, it wasn't like sudden how he died, but I felt like there should have been more, like, build up to it maybe. I mean, was he sick and his, like, coughing thing was making it even more severe? Is that why he died? I think so. But it just seemed like it didn't hint at it until, like, the last few chapters. And I don't know, who knows how long a cat like that could have survived. But once again, it's warriors. So, I mean, those kind of things aren't really accounted in for sometimes. Sometimes even the errands, like, forget about it, which is a little bit annoying. And, I mean, my sadness, I think, masked the fact that afterwards I was like, oh, wait a minute, that was kind of sudden. But, I mean, his death was still emotional, and it was still written out well, so I didn't really care. But I just thought it was kind of, oh, he's dying. And it was really sad with his family there, and his kids were so confused. And I was like, oh, I'm sorry. I mean, I would have been more emotional if this had been the final book, but Mothflight's vision probably takes not very much after that book. And I mean, I would have been more emotional if that was the final part of that arc. But obviously they made that super edition, which I most likely think that it takes place only a little bit after Path of Stars. So I wasn't really that sad to not, like, that I'm not going to see any of those characters ever again, because I will. So I'm not really that depressed about it, I guess you could say. But, I mean, I'll read Mothflight's Vision because I want to figure out what happens to all these characters. But if the whole book is going to be... Okay, Windrunner, sorry, I can't talk. Windrunner ticked me off in this book. She is so mean. I mean, her daughter is obviously not interested in, like, hunting and stuff. And there are other cats who, like, are medicine cats. They're not called medicine cats, but they are medicine cats. And... I mean, she knows how to do all this stuff. And Windrunner's just like, oh, well, you need to hunt because that's all you need to learn in life, you stupid kid. And I just kind of was sitting there like, is this how the whole Super Edition goes? Because I don't know if I actually want to read it. I mean, I will, of course, but it's just going to be annoying if that's the whole book. I'm going to go a little bit insane if that's the whole book. Maybe it won't be. I don't know. I mean, the only reason I could think of for me reading this book, Mothflight's Vision, is because I would want to see how they changed their names and stuff, because that wasn't really explained. I mean, like how Clear Sky is going to be Sky Star and Thunder is going to be Thunderstar. That wasn't explained. That wasn't changed at the end of Path of Stars. But I would be interested to see how that would work out. I said I like Thunder in this book. But wow, like, the protagonists were really, really strong. They were all really good. They were all being the mutual selves, and the relationships between the protagonists were really being developed. But holy crap, I did not like the villain at all. The villain was like a Slash, I think. I even forgot his name. I think his name was Slash. We're going to call him that. Maybe that's not even his name. Let's just call him Forgettable Antagonist, because I don't know what else his name is. So Forgettable Antagonist was honestly really forgettable because he was like a discount One Eye or whatever his name was. And, I mean, he was just really kind of boring. I mean, you think that after, he kidnaps Starflower and then he attacks the Wind Clan camp. What was really stupid is that the whole, them stealing Black Ear, I think that was the name of the son that got stolen, was that shouldn't they, like, be keeping more security in their camps? Because they know that a lunatic is roaming around the place and is probably going to do something. So the fact that they didn't have more security in the Wind Clan camp was really annoying. Because you think that they would, I don't know, maybe think of the possibility that he might sneak in during their gathering. That was a little bit annoying. But once again, wow, is he forgettable. He is just he's like a pile of sawdust. I mean, he has like no personality except I'm evil. And he has like no motive besides I'm hungry. That's not interesting. I'm sorry, it's just not. And the fact that he just tries to negotiate everything kind of makes him an idiot. I mean, I would rather see either full out, like, not kill everyone, but, like, use force against everyone. And, like, I'd rather have a giant battle than him just, like, sitting back and being like, we need to negotiate which prey you're going to give us. Because that was a little boring. I mean, I like the parts of the book with the protagonist, and I just did not like this forgettable antagonist at all. The other thing I didn't really like is how rushed Thunder's feelings for that cat, I think, whose name is Violet. See, she's not really memorable either, because I can't think of her name. I think her name is Violet. I think I actually remember that one. I mean, she's kind of that stereotype, like, she-cat in Warriors, like the one that they just give, like, a random personality to. Like, the most popular one seems to be the supportive, sweet, caring she-cats, which is honestly kind of getting old. And that's why I like Starflower with Clear Sky so much, because she didn't just, like, she wasn't a pushover. She actually was like, also, she did the whole I can fend for myself thing so much better than a bunch of other female characters in Warriors, because they say that and then they, like, fall flat on their faces, and it's really annoying. But anyway, with Violet, she's just kind of forgettable. Like I said, she's, like, kind of the Warrior stereotypical nice character. I mean, she's not bad. She's just kind of harmless. I mean, she's not horrible, and she's not the best character. Their relationship is okay, I guess, but I don't know. The thing I really did like, though, was the relationship between Lightning Tail and Thunder. Their relationship was kind of rocky in the book, where he liked Starflower, because they were doing the Firestar and Graystripe thing, where they were fighting over, like, you shouldn't like that girl, you can't tell me what to do, that kind of thing. But now that they've gotten past that, oh my gosh, I love their relationship. It's like this really sweet, like, brother thing they've got going on. Every bit of dialogue they had was my favorite, just the way they would go back and forth at each other. Oh, they're hilarious. I love them. They're so sweet. And I think their relationship was my favorite in that book, because it was just, the dialogue was written really well, and how they interact with each other was really funny. I really liked it. So overall, I did like the book. I think it was a good, quote-unquote, ending to the arc, because it's really not, but to that, like, certain pair of characters having a point of view. And I think I'll read Mothlight's Vision, and God knows if I'm going to read the 6th series. I might just ask for that for Christmas or something, because I ain't buying that book for myself. So I hope you guys liked this video. I might let out another rant, hopefully. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Once again, Blue Jay Artist out.